Sanded the whole thing. Now it's time to blow it off. Anthony says I need to... Oh, yeah, the hood. Why did I forget about the hood? Anthony says I need to paint my 2020 Nissan Rogue.
Okay. We could do it for $800 unless it's red, that's 1,000.
Or Instagram. Car start to finish. Depends on the vehicle, honestly. How do you know when you change out your sandpaper?
Whenever you start seeing swirlies in it.
What's the best sandpaper to use?
Oh, whatever you use. I mean, we use a combination. Sometimes we use 3M, or sometimes we use Sunlight. There's a stuff down here in Texas called Sunlight.
Actually, yeah, Sunlight's actually pretty good. I'm surprised. I'm impressed with it, honestly, because there's not a lot of sandpapers out there that are good. Like Norton, I am not a fan of Norton sandpaper.
Sucks.
And their tape is like the worst. That stuff is like house tape where it peels up and it leaves literal overspray. Yeah, if it gets wet, it like peels up, which is what's nice about the yellow 3M, because the stuff is like a wax substance that's on it, which isn't real wax, okay? But it's like a hard wax substance on there, so it doesn't, you don't get any of the overspray.
Neutraline varnish.
Did you just make that up?
No, it's from Caddyshack.
Oh, okay.
Christmas thing, Christmas Vacation.
Oh, right. That's not Caddyshack. That's the National Lampoon's.
National Lampoon. It's got the neutral varnish on it. You can eat the tape. It's good.
I'm sorry about the mic and the wind. The shop front is just, there's wind blowing in.
Just like a naked hooker on Broad Street. It's just there.
Now you're just saying stuff because you think people can't hear you. Let's see. Are you doing appointments out with how long it's taking? You said 2 to 3 months for a truck?
Nope. I got people that drop off all the time. Matter of fact, we had one over the weekend.
He did.
Another one who's scheduled in sometime.
Weirdly, it kind of works for people that are in different states because they can take the drive and then literally make more money to make the drive back again. But in the end, because it was Crew Mustang who came up from Georgia, and his was like an 22-hour drive, but he was towing the truck here. I think he made it back quicker.
Listen to me carefully. If you're over in Georgia and you want to come see me, you better goddamn well bring me some boiled peanuts like he did. Him and his wife.
Let's see. Alfonso says, do you help your dad or do you just handle camera and read comments? When we do lives, I just handle camera. But when we don't do lives, I do everything. I could do the same thing he does. it was. Even for someone coming from the East Coast, that ice storm was something else. This one right here is $500 to do. Because it's a large car. Again, new one will. Isn't everyone using base clear? I think a lot of people do, but some don't. Some use single stage.
Yeah, some people want single stage. That's their choice.
I think Econo that shoots out of Florida, they do $400 on like trucks and stuff. They do theirs at single stage, which there's nothing wrong with. I've never said anything wrong with single stage.
I'm sorry, I'm all hung up.
Where are you located?
Runaway Bay, Texas. It's a small town.
What's this base that you're mixing up?
Just black.
No, but I mean, why? Why did you do black when the car's all going blue?
Because if I just spray down blue, it's going to cost me an ungodly amount of money and material to cover up the gray. So, since this is a dark blue, you spray black down as a base first, and then your blue will cover that very easily, and you won't use a whole lot.
That makes sense. Big J says, JP just dumps them at the train station.
Ain't no train station. It's a desert and a 5-gallon can of lacquer. Not that I do that.
That's the mobster way.
No, the mobster way is a chainsaw and electric.
Aha, but you know the mobster way. I keep saying you were connected.
I was never connected, nor have I been.
You liar. Let's see. 473 says you do a great job. What kind of clear?
Autobot.
Jeff says, is there a website with your color line and products you sell?
No.
We just have them on TikTok here.
TikTok, kind of minimalist paints on TikTok. We've got a few that we posted up.
Like the Texas Sunset we just sold.
Right now we're just doing some basic colors. Like this color, you can buy this color from us. Texas Sunset, we do those.
I've got this gold digger I really want to do, which is like a root beer brown, and then I threw a whole lot of gold flake in that. Let's see, that's what they make sealer for.
Sealer's still great, right?
Last time I checked.
Or I can just use base that I have.
Yeah. Because what's the purpose of sealer? Someone was saying that they use sealer for new parts because it helps with adhesion.
No, it doesn't.
It helps with adhesion.
No, it doesn't.
I've never heard that, like, it would be called adhesion promoter, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Instead, it's called what? Sealer, which means what? It seals the paint job so that nothing comes through, or at least that's the idea. But then again, if you spray your base correctly, your base does the same thing. Never claim to do perfect or perfection. So a lot of that, I don't know. Let's see, prep is key. Yes, indeed. That's gonna have a rough texture, LOL. Says the guy behind the camera who doesn't even know what he's talking about. This is great, keep going so they can bring their car to me to fix your work. That was real shady, Tim. That was real shady.
What did he say?
He said, this is great, keep going so they can bring their car to me to fix your work.
Oh no, Tim, I've already gotten 4 or 5 people who said there was an asshole named Tim. Their shit was peeling. This is one of them that came from you.
Let's see, shame not spending on a higher end paint job for that car. I can see beaters, but man. And yet, you know what the crazy part is? This has been sanded down correctly. It's being based. It's going to be cleared with Lammer Clear that has held up very well for daily drivers. And then, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's the difference between you and other people. He has 36 years of knowledge. Meanwhile, you have, what, 4, maybe 5 if you're lucky. You don't know anything, which is why you're on here commenting. And it shows how little you actually know because of the things you're on here commenting. So please, continue with your criticisms.
Like, I'm not sure what you think is going to happen because you criticize me. Do you think I'm going to break down in tears and go, oh my God, I can't read it anymore because people hate me?
Let's see. Afraid of overspray. He hasn't taped anything on the car. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean whenever these guys go, overspray, overspray. They genuinely don't know anything. Let's see. Tough Guy Industry says painting in a perfect environment is easy.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. Sanded correctly. That's the real Tim Shady. What's up, painter dude? You demand. That's from Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Crew Mustang says he has my 03 Cobra Terminator. That cost a lot of money. That pretty little guy is going black with red flake in it. I know Dad's excited to do that one. Why does clear coat not last as long anymore?
What good would it do if it made it to last 10, 15 years? How many times would you paint the car then? Do you get to make money on it?
Cassie says, JP, you're the man.
Hey, Josh.
Wayne says, the more I watch you, the more I want to try and paint my own truck. Do it.
Go ahead. Doesn't take a rocket scientist. I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch. Just the loudest.
Back in the day, this is the way I had cars painted, and I always came out better than Mako.
Yeah.
Mopar says, thank you. Bruce says, fun to watch. Terrence says, I absolutely love how he tells everyone how it is, LOL. Let's see. Mopar said, good point. I appreciate it, guys. Joshy says, always got to tell people how it is. Real talk, JP. You're the man. Sean says, your dad's a great teacher. He is. I've been lucky. We had a lady who reached out the other day on Instagram or Facebook, and she was talking about how she was trying to get in this industry, but there have been a lot of... She was in the industry, but she was asking for advice, and she was just thanking Dad for being so upfront about everything. I can't even imagine trying to work in this industry without having Dad. I don't think I'd be able to. I think people are just a little too crazy. Do you guys deal with solvent pop when painting at times?
I mean, everybody does, but not really. Don't put so much on.
All right, so let's see. Kevin says, hey. Start to finish, what kind of time frame on a car? Ooh, look at that blue. It's really popping right now. Let's see. Crew Mustang says, oh no, TikTok on their crap again, LOL. Yeah, when aren't they though? We're banned from Master Painter for, I don't know, like 5 days.
4th of June, January.
Dagger says, you're back. We are. We didn't technically get blocked. I just wanted to end it before we did. If anybody truly wants to learn technique, this is a guy to learn it from. 36 years. He sprays really good, actually. We had the paint rep of the entire, I think it was the northeastern seaboard for Sherwin-Williams. He held a class, right? And so we went, it was for their top of the line water, because, okay, it's free. They gave us free lunches, so we're not going to turn it down in this industry. It's just how it goes. So anyways, Dad was spraying, and it was a bunch of other guys in there who were truly new sprayers, and Dad's like, the guy was like looking at Dad the way he sprayed. Anyways, he told Jake, the paint rep, afterwards Dad had finished spraying. He said, this guy, if he had the perfect environment, is the best painter I've ever seen paint in my life. And he'd been doing it for 40 years himself. He said he's just a natural with a gun. And it's the truth. You watch a lot of other guys, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that are naturals, but if you watch a lot of the other guys, it's so stiff in their technique and their form when you shouldn't be. It's a little bit like a dance. You should be fluid with it. Triggerman says, keep up the good work, guys. Hello, Triggerman. Does $800 include scuffing the clear coat? Man, look at the blue purple flopping.
That's why this is a big seller.
Yep. Bad Brad is in the chat. Hello. You know that's dry under that wing. Because this is base, it's not supposed to be wet. This is like an indigo blue color. I think we call this one just Old Blue, I think. The door handles are painted on these. Actually, Deathco, that's exactly what it means. If you've been doing something for a long time, it means you've been doing it right. Because there's a lot of people out there that can't do this longer than 3 or 4 years. Of course, a lot of that is from encountering other little a-holes like you who tell them they're doing it wrong. Some people can't handle the heat. He only needs to quit. Oh, look at it. Can you see the... No, you can't. Darn this camera. very unique. I saw some of the brand new Corvettes are starting to put this color, except maybe it's a little bit more on the purple than the blue side. Let's see. Colby says probably the only coat for $400, LMAO. See, this is the jealousy of people that don't understand how to spray correctly. Because if they did, then they know, oh, it's super cheap to actually spray a whole car. But see, he doesn't understand that. So he has to charge a lot of money.
He's not charging anything. His boss.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah.
He doesn't work for himself. He doesn't know how to.
Let's
Okay,
see.
we still forgive you.
William says, I see the run.
What run?
Base. It's not even sprayed heavy. There are no runs in it. Let's see. I guess people will get what they pay for. $800 paint job. You aren't going to get all the details. You know what's crazier? People don't want all the details. They don't even want perfection. A lot of them just want it to look prettier.
You know what's even crazier?
What?
It's a $500 paint job. Keep crying.
Look at the blue purple flock though. I gotta say, since we moved down here to Texas, I think more people have these than they do anything else down here. I thought it would be Mustangs, but I feel like we painted more Chargers than we have anything else. Let's see, 01 Dodge Ram 2500. How much doing it jet black? 800 bucks. As long as it's already black. Will you know what they say? Your paint job is only as good as your prep work. That is true. That's why after 36 years, the man knows how to prep a vehicle. Let's see, 200 bucks. And then shipping's usually 50 bucks as long as you're not in California. This color is something else. It is blue right here, and it is purple right there in that sunbeam. So we're mixing that Autobahn Clear today. So what are those? That's probably half a gallon. That's 2 quarts, roughly. Roughly, these cups completely full is 2 quarts. Right. One of these full is a quart, like all the way up to here. So this is half a gallon. You think that's enough to shoot this?
Yeah, I mean, I might have to go a little bit heavier, but yeah.
You should be able to get 2 coats on it.
Oh, yeah.
2 heavy coats. $500 gun versus a $40 gun? What's the difference?
The guy using it.
What does that mean?
That means people like Mike from New Edge can't paint worth shit unless he's got a $500 Sada. Or people like Ali can't paint worth shit unless he's got a $900 Sada gun. People like Ryan Turbo, well, he doesn't paint. He doesn't paint anyway. He hires painters.
Wesley said 460 bucks is the difference. We're getting ready to clear. Big tubs. He says it's the operator, not the gun.
Yep.
Exactly. Back again. guys will notice he has left half of the roof uncleared, half of the trunk, half of the hood. This is just the first tack coat. Tack. Yes, I am. That's not what overspray is. Gus says, looks great, JP. Dad's nice. He gave me the mask today. We'll go buy another one tomorrow. Thought we had two, but I don't know where the second one went. Look at the flake in that, the pearl. You see a little bit of that purple flip? That's not just the foam, that's really how it looks. Well, anyways, this is your first coat. So your tack coat, the point of this is to go dry, but not too dry. You don't want it super orange peely, which is what happens when you spray super dry, but you don't want it so wet that it literally runs. This is a perfect tack coat, I'm not even playing. I understand a lot of people may not agree with me, but look at this. This is just pure perfection for a tack coat. Because you know once the second coat that goes over it that he lays down, he can go a little bit heavier or he can go the same. It's just going to be a pure piece of glass. Thank you, Ellie. It is really cool. No, we don't paint limos. Nope, didn't drag the belly. Someone said, you dragged his belly through the clear. I'm pretty sure you'd see it if you did, wouldn't you? I'm happy with the TikTok side we're on. We're not on the pretentious 1% side. Paint and clear together is called a single stage. We are on Instagram now. Just spray 2 heavy coats. It's 79 degrees right now. Thank you, Munch 30. all the time about dust. There's definitely dust, and see all the overspray, the little particles that land on it. They're technically called dirt nibs, but it's not actually dirt. As you saw whenever you're spraying the hood, all that white puffy cloud, that's the clear that lands back on top of it. But it gets wet sanded and buffed out. It gets wet sanded and buffed out. But that's not something we do. That's something you take it to a really good detailer to do, and he could do it. But if you want perfection, there's nothing wrong with going to another shop to get absolute perfection out of it. But I'm telling you right now, all he does is wet sand and buff it. This is a detailer's dream. I'm not even gonna lie right now, because there ain't no orange peel in that. Dirt, yes. Orange peel, shoot no. Does it need to be wet sanded and buffed? Technically, no. You don't need to actually wet sand and buff anything. The moment you do wet sand and buff, you do start sanding into the clear. I mean, let's see. It looks like gator hide. Then you've never seen a gator up close. Unique Detail says it's easy to get that stuff off. Exactly, because he's a real detailer. Taz says he was meep on that one. Sweet. He was actually. It's like the Road Runner.
Once you start, just don't stop.
How much did you think you used? Half a gallon of clear on this one, or a little less?
Yeah, probably about half a gallon.
How many cups? I know we started off with 2. Then how many?
3 total.
3. So you used half. You used 2 quarts and maybe, yeah, so about half a gallon, give or take. That's what you got left over.
Yeah.
So $400 is all in paint and labor.
500. This is 500.
Yeah, this one was 500, but yeah, it is. That's it. That's everything.
Yeah, if that's not good enough for you, don't come to me. Don't bother me.
Look at the blue, the pearl in this. There's a lot of like a purple kind of pearl to this one. Because the camera's not playing tricks on you. That's genuinely a purple right there, stripe, straight down the hood. And it's dark in here, so it looks like a dark purple, right? But then out in the sun, you see a little bit of that blue. It mostly looks blue out.